the sun, you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice, raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Boom.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Okay, today is August 14, 2022. It is 4:49 a.m. This is video number 2. In this video, I'm gonna focus on trending Prince Charles. When I turned on my computer before I did video number 1, I was looking into what was trending, and Prince Charles was trending. So I grabbed some tweets. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tweets to share with you. New subscribers, welcome. All right, so let's go on Twitter. That was my last tweet on video 1. So there's this here. I'm not gonna read the article. Okay, not only play polo but committed infidelity against Diana. New reports reveal Prince Charles' questionable behavior right after Harry's birth. Alright, so there's this here. Okay, new report revealed, that's from MSN.com. New report revealed Prince Charles' questionable behavior right after Harry's. Okay, these days Prince Charles makes headlines for his action as a grandfather, but new report revealed Charles' questionable behavior right after Harry's birth. He went to play polo. I've said this in some other videos before. Princess Diana said all her truth. Even in death, everything that needed to be said, she said it. Through all the media coverage of Princess Diana and Prince Charles' marriage, he spoke most strongly about Camilla. Boy, he sure came to her defense. Quote, she's a very good friend, end quote. I didn't hear him speak affectionately of Diana in one instance. Okay, I'm glad they're happy now. Wouldn't want them to suffer forever. Wish she got her happy ending too. Okay, let's to comment. Okay, that's that. Oh man. Okay, shaking my head. Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay, is everyone forgetting Diana's statement that both boys' conception were scheduled around Charles' polo schedule? Really? That is new to me. I wasn't aware of that. Everyone forgetting Diana's statement that both boys' conception were scheduled around Charles' polo schedule. Very interesting. He married a girl he didn't love to produce the heir demanded. Then, with Harry, the spare's birth, securing the dynasty, Charles figured his work was done. Yeah, that I truly believe. This is why I say I don't think he has any affection for both boys. I really don't think so. This is what he was supposed to do. He did it and he's gone. But the thing is that the people you are creating, they have feelings as well. They're not an object. Okay, they're not the mechanical stuff. Look at how they trained the other brother. A mechanical, no feeling whatsoever. For him to do the exact same thing that his mom went to his brother's wife. Okay, talk about old news. With everything going on in the world, why spend time on this? Okay, we need to learn to juggle stuff. Okay, one does not exclude the other. Okay, things needs to be balanced out. Some of the things that they're doing affect other things that's happening around the world. Alright, so that's that. It may not seem reasonable to discuss it, but if you learn how to juggle stuff, alright, everything is all connected. Okay, was it charming or shocking? Okay, how about father then, how about father now? And the thing is that when they're saying this, alright, isn't there's other thing to talk about in the world? But when it comes to bash Meghan, everybody have time for that. That's the thing here. Whenever it's against Harry or Meghan or anything like that, everybody have time. They'll leave everything, even if they have to suffer in terms of not even getting food on the table. They have time for that. But when it comes to the institution, who's really putting them into confinement and suffering, they don't have time to talk about them. Alright, so we need to learn to juggle stuff. Okay, how about father then, how about father now? Yep, she produced the heir, so he didn't care one bit about the spare and still doesn't. Yep. Okay, I've said many things about that before. Charles used Diana to produce an heir and spare, and from the day Harry was born, he considered his duty done and he abandoned Diana, moved Camilla into Highgrove, and kept Diana at Kensington Palace, like William is doing with Kate at Windsor while he stays at KP. That's the rolling eye. Okay, he's disgusting. Nothing how about the royal do surprises me. Okay, he is disgraced. Okay, jolly good, carry on. Prince Charles on his way out of the palace off to polo. Alright, that's that. Only halfway through, but I'm laughing to myself, wondering what someone will think of the things my husband did during my family's time of need. LOL. Okay, Chuck was always questionable. Alright, let's move on to the next tweet. So this is why he was trending. I think there's something on, is it HBO or Netflix? If it's Netflix, I could watch it. If it's HBO, I don't have it. Okay, Prince Charles pulls security. That's the next tweet now. Prince Charles pulls security for his own son, a target for terrorists, then leaked his location to the media. It was Tyler Perry who pulled Prince Charles' son, the Queen's grandson, and his family to safety, providing both security and shelter. Tyler Perry has had a front row seat. Alright, so he knows what is going on. To the precarious and dangerous situation the Queen's grandson was placed by his own family, who in part were pandering to the British media and to spite him for choosing his wife and own child over them. The head of the Church of England missed the leave and cleave of the Bible. Okay, Prince Charles deserves access to Archie and Lily as much as Thomas Markle does, which is to say, none at all. I was gonna say, are you kidding me? Those babies need to be protected from both of their grandfathers. Okay, I will venture so much to say about that, but God knows what I'm thinking, and make sure it doesn't happen. Do it in the best way possible. Okay, I will venture a guess that if it comes down to it, Tyler Perry will make sure Archie, Lilibet, and Meghan have plenty of security. If those two what about Harry and Meghan? I'm pretty sure they're gonna make sure of that. Tyler Perry did as much as he could to put both of them, those two hard workers, on their feet, and then now they flourishing again. Okay, if those two grandfathers shows up, what a wonderful friend to have in one's corner. Okay, Tyler Perry is a man. Cheers to him. Okay, all the haters are back in the nosebleed seat section. Oh, the haters are back in the nosebleed seat section. Okay, that is very noble of Tyler Perry to provide shelter and security for Prince Harry and his family. What kind of a father is Prince Charles is if he puts security on his own son? Okay, plus he didn't even make a big deal out of it. I don't mind people letting the world know about their good deeds, but it seems extra awesome when they just help out quietly. He's a real one. Yeah, he did his thing. Even, what is it? I have that video where Gayle King was asking Tyler Perry about that. He didn't even want to mention it. Okay.
Oh, Tyler, it's been widely reported that Meghan and Harry are living at your place in Los Angeles. Can you tell us how they're doing? You speak English?
I'm sorry. I think I just lost you. I just lost you, Gail. I'm sorry. We have a really bad connection. I'm sorry. I think we lost Gayle King, guys. We lost her. Thank you, Gayle King. Great interview, Gail. Thank you.
Tyler Perry.
We lost you.
Bye, Tyler.
Thank you, Tyler Perry. Louder, please. After this, they wonder why we think his mother's death was really an accident. Okay, that was not an accident. That was an execution, and the father of her boyfriend at the time is still seeking justice, whether he is alive or dead. I am clear a part of his sizable estate will stay dedicated to proving it wasn't an accident. Okay, take care of your mentals. Okay, a royal back front row seat at that. Okay, great man. Just another reason why we love Tyler. That Tyler Perry is a good man. All right, let's move to the next tweet. Again, still focusing on Charles. I may not do video number 3. I don't know. Okay, before Princess Diana sat down for the panorama interview, Prince Charles had already done a sit-down interview where he admitted to having an affair with Camilla. I don't know why so many people avoid this part, but for some reason I can't come across that video. Okay, so when Charles and Camilla's son Prince William talk about silencing Diana, remember this, the Princess HBO. Okay, don't correct me when I call Prince William Camilla's son. In the fight to keep Princess Diana's legacy alive, he has decided to pick Camilla and Charles. He calls Diana paranoid for speaking about her experience and fight anyone who wants to give her a voice. The Princess HBO. I wonder if little Willie yelled at his father too. Well, I'm pretty sure he did, because he hit him in the head.
You didn't muck around with him as much as I possibly could.
No, please no. It's too...
Literally in front of camera, he hit Charles in the head. Okay, Peggy has been yelling at his father since he was a toddler, but somehow they have come together to hate Diana. They all are baggage for God. You know, again, let's leave that thought alone. Why are we referring to Prince William as Charles and Camilla's son? His mother is Diana. Well, based on what we're saying, we don't think so. Okay, maybe he should act like Diana is his mother's then, because right now Diana will be ashamed of how he is treating his brother and the legacy. Right, Charles and Camilla did an awesome job of turning their child against his birth mother. You gotta say, you gotta give it to them. That's true. Yeah. And one of the reasons that I think, unless I don't know if William know his position, because all of the things that Charles has is basically literally already written in the book, is gonna be left for him. So I don't know why he had to do that, unless if they're dangling that against him to say, if you don't do this, you're not gonna get that. Or if maybe Charles said, when I become king, I'm gonna change that or something like that. I don't know. And I've said another branch of that. Maybe he may not even be the next king or something, meaning future. They probably gonna put Camilla's son. Who knows? Okay, the Princess HBO was powerful, even though we lived through it years ago. Pulled all together, it still is very painful and shocking. As I'm reading this, I'm thinking each time William tried to put, or not just William, the institution tried to shut Princess Diana's voice, someone else said, not so fast. Not so fast. This is the thing, when you do good thing, you're gonna look at her own son, excluding Harry. Okay, Harry's not part of that. Her own son is trying to shut her voice down, but because of the good deed that she did throughout the world, these are people she never met, through her own words, they putting the words out. Let people know, this generation to know who is Princess Diana, what she did. Alright? Because her own son, who has the mic, who could have set record straight, but instead is tearing the mother down. Alright? So these are people who's making her voice be heard, to never forget what she went through and what she has done. Or people she probably have helped in some shape or form through connection of things. Alright, the chain of life, okay, is making sure her voice is heard. This generation understand who Diana is. This is the thing here. Alright, let's move on to the next tweet. There's more comment. I really don't want this video to be long. Okay, this is Joanne. So Prince Charles could speak, but Diana wasn't supposed to tell her side of the story. The Princess HBO. Okay, nothing has changed. The bald bloke leaks smear and lies all the time, but Harry was not allowed to speak. Alright, so that was that. Next tweet. Okay, there's that. Princess Diana was the same height as Prince Charles, but like everything else, he wanted her to diminish herself to make him look bigger. And when she wouldn't, they made her life miserable. They all are baggage for God. Baggage for God. I just realized that her ring is the same color as the clothes she's wearing. Baggage for God. He looked like that, how do they call this? That usually at the end of the rainbow. Okay, let's see here. Charles was supposed to be the star, but there was something about him that didn't emit star quality and still doesn't. Look at all this behavior that he's possessing. I mean, he still wants people to praise that. This is the thing. They haven't learned a damn thing. They want praise, but at the same time, they're living their best life, doing shitty things, and they want people to praise that. Alright, future king or not, just because you're born to be king doesn't mean people have to bow down to you. To me, it was Diana that was carrying him. He didn't see that. Okay, Charles did his interview before Diana. Pity nobody is showing his interview to remind people of timeline and the event leading to Diana's interview. Yeah, that was a response to his BS. Alright, she was also quite young and naive and didn't know she was just being used as a breeder at first. And the thing is that is the connection of things again. They used someone who they thought was weak. You know, the facade of things. A teenager, she hasn't experienced life yet. She doesn't know this. We could manipulate her. But little did they know, it was the can opener for them. Alright, to let people to crack the code. She opened the code for people outside the institution to say, don't be fooled by this institution. This is who they are. And then now we're seeing more and more. They were taking her kindness as a weakness. Same as Meghan. They took their kindness as weakness. But deep inside, they are fierce. If you look at the video that I did regarding the illusion, you see the kitty cat walking, but in reality, what do you see? It's a freaking lion.
to America and live privately. Pretty straightforward. If you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. Pretty straightforward.
A lot of talk about that. They only want her to give heir, and there was even a story before Prince Charles was not happy when Harry was born because Prince Charles expected a girl. This is the thing that he wanted. Like I said in video number 1, he wanted to have someone to walk down the aisle to get that glory, which he got out of Harry. Okay, bring Meghan's father out to be against her. This is how good they are with manipulating people. All right, and then he got that. Okay.
Right. So that may have been one of the things that upset her, and of course the photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
This is what he wants out of a girl, to walk the girl down the aisle. But since he got a boy, he can't do that. So what did he do? Manipulate the father of the bride to get that, not to show up. And even the father said the plan was to mess up the wedding. So since that didn't work out, and then, walk her down the aisle, take the glory for a few seconds, and then go back to the drawing board, defend. I don't know how these people live. If you're gonna do it, just say no so Harry knows. All right, there's other branches of this I've said where maybe the Queen did allow that, did meant the marriage to take place because Harry was far away from the throne. They had other heir, and William had 3 heirs. Things have changed where they allow girls to take the throne as well. So all of this, was already set up. The Queen was okay with the wedding. Harry was gonna be his own whatever. When I say his own, maybe not, but Harry was willing to work in the firm. But the two futures decided to mess this up when their position have already in place. But now isn't shaky ground for them. All right, let's see here. God is good. God will do what needs to be done. Okay. Oh, he was quite okay. Her body language in response to his hand planting on her shoulder like that is very telling. Okay. Oh, he was quite insecure as well as jealous about Diana's popularity. I have always wondered why he couldn't stay loyal to Diana and why Camilla. This is the thing here. He knew. Okay. He knew he wasn't in love with her. All right, but they force him. And this is also why every woman needs to be themselves when they meet somebody. Don't try to change yourself to meet expectation of somebody. Who would have thought? Beautiful Diana, a gorgeous woman, okay, to die for. Literally, I guess, but there she is, she's dead now. All right, this guy's eyes didn't see the beauty in Diana, but expected that. All right, so when someone is gonna love you, they're gonna love you for who you are, no matter what. People should, there's so much lesson to be learned in this as well. People's trying to change themselves. Oh, perfect example. Look at the next future. The other one who tried to change herself to be loved. She got the position, but is she getting the love and adoration that a wife is supposed to get? I don't think so. From what I'm here reading, I don't think so. So for other young ladies out there, be who you are. All right, don't change for somebody else. I understand within a marriage there have to be some compromise somewhere. Okay, you can not always get whatever you want, but your true core values should always be there. You could understand sometimes there are things you do wrong. Okay, people are not perfect. If you recognize the wrong, the things, the imperfection in you that sometimes usually cause pain to others, maybe you could adjust that. All right, sometimes you need to do some self-reflection as well, but Don't do it because you want to please somebody else. Do it because you see this is something that you're doing that's wrong, that needs to be changed, because it's causing pain of others around you. Okay, it could fracture friendship, this kind of thing. You could make those kind of minor changes, adjustment in your life, but to change yourself from somebody completely, no. Okay, so that's that. A lot like Tom Cruise. Okay, I don't follow Tom Cruise that much, so I don't know. That's straight up pathetic. There's this for Diana. There were too many red flags. Yeah, that's the thing. She saw it, but she went against that little voice. She saw it, and then people around her felt like she should go ahead because they already did all of that expense. But look at this. If she just had said no, would that be against material stuff can always be replaced, but life can never. Again, another lesson. Once you realize the love is not gonna be there, do what your guts tells you. Next tweet, and this is my last one for this video. Remember, this is Prince Charles at Clarence House. This sums up all he is. Okay, this is Myra, that's a retweet. Okay, quote, look, it's very clear that the protection of me or Archie is not priority. Please keep my husband safe. I see the death threats. I see the racist propaganda. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. It's 39 seconds. I'm sorry. I have to stop in between. Alright. The Oprah interview is on Discovery Plus. Republic, please. Alright, so that's probably someone in the UK who's saying for Republic. Not surprised at the racism. Look at history. Alright, let's see. Oh, definitely the history of things we know. Let's go into that, and I'll play the video. There's this.
On the security element, I never thought that I would have my security removed, because I was born into this position. I inherited the risk. So that was a shock to me. That was what completely changed the whole plan.
So
not that we had a plan.
You, as Prince Harry, are going to have your security removed.
Yeah, and I even wrote letters to his family saying, please, it's very clear the protection of me or Archie is not a priority. I accept that. That is fine. Please keep my husband safe.
That's the thing. They weren't begging. When they realized, I think, at some shape, in my humble opinion, as much as Meghan meant well with that letter, but because they realized they needed it, not one, they needed that security. They actually find a pleasure in it. They probably tightened it even more. I think the letter, whatever Meghan sent to his family or whatever, whoever received it, I don't know if the Queen saw it, but they find pleasure out of it. They probably say yes. Okay, it actually backfired the Sussexes more than it actually helped. But in a way, it's good to put it in record, though. Okay, it's good to put it in record. But knowing how these people are, when they see people are in pain, it's better for them. They are actually, in my humble opinion, I think whatever Meghan has written to them actually were a little bit more negative for them, because the institution find that, okay, they really need that. Let's tighten it some more. Let's do, put a grip into them a little bit tighter. This kind of thing. This is the way that I see that. All right. And then for Harry, on the other hand, his eyes are opening. The more he moves forward, he's seeing what his family is, how they are, the type of people that they are. So his eyes are opening even more and more. Let's continue.
I see the death threats. I see the racist propaganda. Please keep him safe. Please don't pull his security and announce to the world when he and we are most vulnerable. And they said it's just not possible.
Okay, so that's the thing. When they went, remember, this interview was done, I think, in 21. Yeah, 21. When they, before the Invictus, they didn't tell anybody. They went to meet the Queen. That pissed them off. The people who wanted to know, who were tightening the grip of the security, they were pissed. So now, this is what I mean. Now that they know the key players who in the UK, so they could move accordingly. This is the thing that I'm saying here. So they know who they dealing with. When they need to step in, they do it quietly, and then they step right out. It's after they left, after the Invictus. Is when they reached the Netherlands for the Invictus. That's when they confirmed, yes, they were there. All right, so that's it.
On the
okay,
security.
so it's playing again. All right, but Andrew, I mean, like I said, we already see the game that is being played. All right, we know the game that is being played. In a way, we could find the good, as hard as it is to convince you guys to say, at least we know who the key players are, and thank God Harry and Meghan are hard workers. They could provide for their own security, and then they could maneuver, their path more clearer. Okay, the monarch is saying, quote, it's just not possible, end quote, while literally making it possible for Prince Andrew. I mean, this is like night and day here. All right, no one ever talked about Meghan was never giving her own security a wardrobe allowance or salary. All right, Meghan was beat up in the press for all 3 topics. Harry was told Archie won't have security, the first biracial child born, and N2. Phew. Twitter is limiting characters, so I have to get used to the words here. Harry was told Archie wouldn't have security, the first biracial child born into the royal family wouldn't have no security. That's when they decided to leave, and no one talk about it. Okay, it gets me every time. There's a mad broken heart. That family is pure evil. There was only one outcome they wanted. Makes me so angry. Okay, Meghan, it's clear you don't care about Archie or me, but please keep Harry safe. Royal family, we don't care about any of you. Okay, the firm could be, one day that table is gonna turn where they're gonna need Harry and Meghan's help so dearly, so dearly. Baggage for God. Okay, the firm could be held back announcing their security was removed and their location. They very well would have done that easily. Obviously, they wanted to endanger Harry's life, and that is beyond vindictive and heartless. Only a diabolical person could make that decision. Okay, I mean, when you think about it, these people, they've been doing this. God knows how many other things they've done we are not aware of. This is just the surface of things. His own family, he's doing that. Can you imagine other people, okay, who's not even blood? They have no actual affection, nothing, no sentimental connection with. Can you imagine that? This is just the surface of things. So it's the world is seeing it. It's just too bad right now, 2022, is that the world is shaking. Things are not right. But if the world was at peace and we're hearing this, people will be angry at that. Alright, so we at a crossroad. We almost near that crossroad here where things is gonna be shake up really hard. Okay, I can't back that up, but I know what I'm talking about. The firm could be held back announcing their security was removed and their location. They very well could have done that easily. Obviously, they wanted to endanger Harry's life, and that is beyond vindictive and heartless. Only a diabolical person could make that decision. Okay, they were signaling to Prince Harry that if you want to stay alive, leave your wife and kid. I mean, not only they were signaling, they even said it. Look at the 60-minute video. Just look at it. All of this baggage for God. We need to have more good people, sensible people in this world. We just need to have, because right now those monsters, those savages are roaming like there's no law. Okay, Princess Anne, Prince Edward do not have security unless they're working, and their mother, not grandmother, is the monarchy. These are the excuses. Okay, Prince Andrew will keep police protection after review and wake of Jeffrey. This is the thing here. Unethical behaviors, they want people to pray, but yet they're going around messing up with other people's children. The Duke of York will still keep his round-the-clock police protection funded by the taxpayers. This is for the UK. Okay, I will never forget it. Believe me, many of you will, because when you look at some of the videos that I've done regarding the live golf tournament thing, many Americans have already forgot what happened to 9/11. And I think, YouTube don't monetize that video. I left it anyway. Alright, they wanted another Diana situation, exactly, which make me suspect the Diana situation wasn't really an accident. Okay, does anyone know where we can watch the Oprah interview? The videos on YouTube split into sections. Okay, only a shifty father and none who takes millions from an international terrorist family will pull this stunt. Okay, a woman plead for safety for her husband, a family failing once again. Heartbreaking. I rewatched the interview again recently, and that part has always struck me, how cuddly they treat Harry while thinking they'll make him come back. Ridiculous. Okay, they have no clue what commitment means. Okay, every time I hear that, I just want to weep. It's a form of control by a cult. It's called shunning, and some cults, you can tell it's a cult when they bend the rules for someone like Andrew and Charles. It's a double standard. Alright, I wish this interview was on YouTube. I know, me too. I want to watch it again. Alright, so I'm done. Alright, that's all I have for this video. It's only 30 minutes. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for darkness come to light. Should I do this? Keep that same one? Maybe while I'm praying, if I think of another prayer, I'll put it. Okay, light of the world, you shine light into our dark and sinful world. I ask you to continue to be a guiding light for me. I also pray that you overflow joy in me in such a way that I am a light to others. Guide me and equip me to guide others. Amen. I think this is good. I'm gonna keep that because it feels like something for Harry and Meghan, where God needs to help them, you know, guide them to make wise decisions, especially as they move forward physically. Okay, when they go out, when they walk and all of that, to the Lord to be always with them to help guide them. All right, so, and then at the same time they're helping others to see the light as well. All right, so that's it. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you, and new subscribers, welcome. All right, so that's it.